Hello, my name is Amina and I'm your decision-making specialist, and today is day 77. Yep, 77, May 31st, 2020. I'm here, and even though it's getting a little tedious each day and they're starting to blur into each other, I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that we're tippy-toeing out there and that we're doing it carefully and strategically to protect all of us as much as possible. And have you ever had something happen to you during your life, no matter when it happened, and it just sticks with you, no matter what? And then something will happen and right away that's triggered again. And you can remember it and feel it just as if it happened 2 seconds ago. That happened to me yesterday and the day before. It was the same things that I remembered, just different incidents that were going on in different parts of our United States, and I'm hearing that it's also in different parts of Europe now. And that is that we had a gentleman in Minnesota, and he was killed, died from not being able to have enough air because a police officer had his knee pressured on the man's throat. He died, and there are people protesting and rioting and burning and looting in so many of the states because of his dying triggered all of the memories of their pain and everything that had happened to them when they were little and carried on. When I was little, I was about 6 years old, and I have always been massively shy. When my family and I would go on vacations, I would ask my brothers to bring me something from the restaurant because I didn't want to go in. There were people there and they were looking at me. That was more than I could handle. I would rather go without eating than have those people staring at me. And I thought they were staring at me. It felt like it. One of those times that we went on vacation, I had decided that I was not going to be that shy anymore. Somehow I thought a miracle would happen. We think that a lot when we're 6. And so we were in New Orleans, and my mom and I were walking down the street, and there was a gentleman headed our way, and I was all ready. I had practiced smiling. I had practiced saying hello, and I was ready. And I was walking up and walking up and walking up, and he was really bigger than I was. And just as I saw him look up, and just as I opened my mouth to say hello, he jumped off the curb. Now in New Orleans, those curbs from the sidewalk to the street are really high because they get flooded. And he jumped off the sidewalk. And I asked my mom, I said, why did he do that? I just wanted to say hello. And then she explained to me some history. that he had probably lived through and was still living through. And I never got to say hello to him. And another time, there was an airline strike, and the only option to get somewhere, because I took a trip with as much money as I could save every year since I was probably about 17, maybe earlier. And the only thing available was a Greyhound bus. And I was going from Arizona to Texas. I will tell you, a bus going through Texas is a long ride. And at one point, the bus stopped. And we were just in the middle, there were railroad tracks there. And I looked, and up popped a family, a man and a woman and two little kids, and they got on the bus, and the bus started to pull off before they even got their seats. So they sat down, and the bus, they were going to fall if they had to stay on that bus. The road was not smooth at all at that point. And then this happened. The bus driver stopped the bus, stopped it. And I looked and I couldn't figure out. And then I knew, and it happened. He looked at those people and told them to go to the back of the bus or they had to get off. And they went to the back of the bus. And I don't know if it mattered to them. I do know that I and two other people got up. We went to the back of the bus too. And again, the driver stopped. And he said, if you all don't come up front, you have to leave the bus. And we didn't move. And he was really mad. I heard swear words I've never heard before. And the bus did continue. And that has stuck with me. The third time is that I get lost a lot. When I think I should go right, if I go left, I'm going to get where I'm supposed to go. I should never pay attention to right or left in my brain. And I had picked up a cake for a friend's birthday when I was living in Florida. And I was supposed to take it to where the dinner was, and I had time, picked up the cake, and got lost. I couldn't find my way from the bakery to where the party was. And I'm driving, and I didn't see anybody out. And then I saw somebody, and it was a really lovely gentleman. And he said, you know, you seem like a very nice young lady. And he said, I want to tell you that a lot of people around here are not going to know that. And you had better get out before dark. I had crossed over an invisible line I didn't know, so that white people lived over there and the black people lived over there. And that stuck with me too. And then I was in Little Rock in the 60s when the civil rights was going on and Martin Luther King was still alive and talking. And when that man died because of the knee put into and pressured on his neck, all of that just kept coming back. It's not like I'd ever forgotten it. And this is after we've had a Black president, and still not enough has changed. You know, we talk about writing our story, and we talk about moments mattering, and we talk about it building a legacy and so forth. And the reason that this video is late is because I searched and searched and searched about whether to make the video or what was okay to say or what wasn't. And this is what came, and this is what's going to be unedited. And that is an old song, and it is, "When will we ever learn? When will we listen to the pain, not brush it under?" And so right now, here and now, we are having two pandemics. One of the COVID virus 19, and one of the ongoing discrimination of peoples, of colors, of economics, of social rights, of health issues, of education, and that we blame them for our, and I'm raising my hand, inadequacies in listening to their pain enough. Whatever we've done is not enough. It doesn't mean it's not good enough necessarily. It means even if it's good, it's not enough. So this pandemic of two kinds is built around life and death and economics. There are certain essential needs that we have got to have in order just to live. I don't mean thrive or dream big dreams or anything like that. It's food, it's shelter, it's water, it's air. And we need to know we matter. When any of those are missing, there is no foundation to go further. And if we don't help the people, everyone, to have those essentials, and I don't mean access to them. I keep hearing that word, access. I can set something right out in front, and if I have you tied to your chair, or you are afraid to get up from your chair, you are not going to be able to reach whatever essential I've put out before you. And then further, if I tell you it's your fault that you didn't retrieve it, that is so wrong. So wrong. And I am not standing here telling you that I have all the answers. I don't. And I really believe that if we take a look at these realities that can't be hidden anymore, they're right out there. And if we don't put a screen and a wall in front of us and our heart and our emotions and the truth, then we have a chance. And we can take that eyelash of a chance and broaden it and grow and really be all in this together. And what I really want to be sure that I say is that does not mean that a bunch of us get over here and decide what we're willing to give, what we're willing to contribute that will help with all the social injustices and economic inequalities going on. No, we need to go sit with the people if they will invite us to stay, and it's our duty to figure out how to be invited and trusted to stay and ask them, how can I help? How can I serve? What do you need from me? And then wait while they work up their courage to trust enough to say it out loud. And then it must be followed through on. And let them help us learn how to do that. And that's the same for anyone that we're trying to help. Let them decide what will fill their needs, their stomachs, their hearts, their emotions, their dreams. We would not like somebody coming in and saying, well, this is what you need, this is what we're giving you. None of us do. And wherever we are on that economic and social spectrum, we need to help everyone around us. Me, you, all of us. Or we really aren't in all this together. We just say we are. I will not apologize for this sounding like a sermon. I will not apologize for it sounding like the Church of Amina or whatever. I will simply offer, please join in my voice. And let's not let this go away so that it's just simply a moment. Let's build that moment and stretch it out so that their stories can change, ours can change, and our legacy be greater than it would have been if we would have stayed quiet and not done anything. Thanks. Do whatever you can. Smile, say hello, may I help you? May I serve? And stand there and follow through on it. Take care. Come back tomorrow, I hope, and I will be here. And if you like it, please say that you do and leave a comment. I really want to hear how you're managing this. It's not easy for them. It's not easy for us. And it's not easy for everyone in between. So let's do our share to help ease some of that pain. That's our job. Bye for now.